Hello there, friends. It is Jimmie Maverick, and this is it. This is what it's all about. The big deal. It is my first big draft of the season. I am competing on my FFPC in a big high-stakes tournament. This is a 12-team league. I am picking second. We are going 20 rounds, so this is an extended draft. We're going to use my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, to help us pick players tonight, and I think it's going to go very well. I've been tuning the app to cater to this particular draft. Now, this draft has, first of all, it is a PPR with 1.5 points for tight ends. So that is a bonus to the tight end position, makes them very valuable. Also, there is an extra flex spot. It is not a super flex, but just a regular flex position that you can put in a running back, a wide receiver, or a tight end. Everything else is pretty much standard. The way this format works, it's a tournament format, so the first 11 weeks are like a regular fantasy football, season-long game. You play 11 weeks. The top 4 teams then go to a playoff in weeks 12 and 13. And then from there, winners and runner-ups can go advance to the big money weeks, which is week 13, 14, 15. And that is where we are competing for ultimately $250,000. So it is a pretty big deal. This is my first time competing in this kind of a tournament, so I'm very excited about it. And I'm very confident. I've been training for this for months. My app has been optimized to this particular draft, and so I think we're in good shape. And I think it's going to go very well. I did look through the available player list, and there's the regular rank that they have, which is kind of crazy. Like, they got Todd Gurley first. It's all over the place. So I'm just switching it to be ranked according to ADP, which I know is not a perfect metric, but at least this gives me a decent idea as to when players are going. And this list actually does make sense. So, that's where we're at. So we're about 30 seconds from this draft starting. I don't need to start my app right now because I already know who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara unless Saquon Barkley becomes available. I've decided that I will take Saquon just because of the point advantage that I get by taking him. But if he's gone, I'm going to take Kamara. I'm a big believer in Kamara. Christian McCaffrey, of course, is a great choice, but he's kind of my third choice just because of the issues with Cam Newton and his health. So we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna go. Well, not really playing it safe. I believe in the Saints. I think they're going to the Super Bowl this year. They're not going to let it get away. There we go. It just went. So you can see I've got a guy, Jackie Childs, in front of me here at pick number 1, and behind me I've got Working Man at pick number 3. So.
Now you are on the clock.
Now I'm on the clock. So who did he take? He took Christian McCaffrey. Okay, so I said if he takes Christian, I'm going to take Saquon. And I got to tell you, I am much more confident about the Giants. I think the Giants are in good shape here. And let's see here. How do I go ahead and take? Oh, there we go. Draft Saquon. So I'll take Saquon with my first pick. I do love Kamara, but boy, man, Saquon's a difference maker. I'm going to take him here. I'm excited about it. So anyway, I've made up my worksheet, and let's see here. So who was the third one? Christian McCaffrey was the third. This is not surprising at all. So I've got Jackie Childs and Working Man's who they're taking, what positions, and I'm also going to be tracking quarterbacks, tight ends, defenses, and kickers as well. I'm not really going to be tracking individual players, though. So let's see here. So, and look, Ezekiel Elliott was taken 4th. That's kind of surprising, but both these guys took running back for their first pick. That is not surprising at all. Now, second round. This is where I'm going to enter my app. I already got set up with the PPR with tight end at 1.5 points, league size 12, draft position 2, pick 2 and 3. It's recommending Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Leonard Fournette. But the long shots are the ones I'm really interested in. I really want one of these guys to make it to me. I don't know if it's possible, but George Kittle, Mike Evans, and Zach Ertz, if they make it to me, that's going to be huge. And because their value rank is so good, unfortunately, they're all scheduled to be taken before my pick. So the best one I got a shot at is Zach Ertz. But if I miss on those 3 guys, I'm going to bypass wide receivers in this round and go 2 running backs. And I do like Leonard Fournette. Let me just get these other guys queued up. So we've got, if I go to wide receivers, I can get Mike Evans, And let's see here. For tight ends, we've got Kittle and Ertz. So it looks like Kelsey was already taken. He was taken at pick number 8. That is not surprising in this kind of a league because of the tight end bonus. So I got those guys queued up. Now for running backs, if we look at the running backs available on this round, I'm just going to filter for running backs. Nick Chubb is a long shot. He's a long shot to make it to us. But you got Leonard Fournette, Josh Jacobs, Kerryon Johnson. These are the 3 guys I think I'm going to focus on. Who else do we got? We got Derrick Henry, who I'm not really interested in because, again, it's PPR. Damian Williams doesn't have great value here at this pick. David Montgomery is also a possibility. So is Chris Carson. I like all those guys. So it's just a matter of who do I want to go with on this round. So let me go ahead and queue up all those running backs. And like I said, I love the queue. I use the queue. Nick's at the top of the list, so he's probably not going to make it to us. Nick, come on, queue in. There he is. And then we've got Leonard Fournette, who is very good. Got a little bug flying around here. Leonard Fournette, come on, get on the queue. There he is. And then we have Kerryon Johnson. And we've got Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery. Where is he? David Montgomery. And Chris Carson. So we got a ton of choices for the second round. I think, I think we're in good shape. Let's just see who's coming off. So let's see here. So so we've got McCaffrey, Barkley, Kamara, Elliott, David Johnson, Le'Veon Bell, DeAndre Hopkins came off 7th. Kelsey came off 8th. Michael Thomas 9th. Connor 10th. Devontae Adams 11th. So only 2 wide receivers taken. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Michael Thomas was also taken. So we got 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and then the rest are running back so far. That's not at all surprising. So I guess it's really going to come down to who I want. But like I said, man, if Evans, Kittle, or Ertz can make it back to us, wow, that'd be just such a coup, man. I would be so thrilled if they made it to us. So let's see here. And Julio Jones was taken with the 12th pick. So that's the whole first round. Again, nothing really surprising there. As far as who's on the list right now, Chubb, Cook, Gurley, Mixon, Kerryon Johnson. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at running backs here. Let's look at all of them. So Chubb's at the top. Chubb's not going to make it to us. I highly doubt he would make it to us. But you got Beckham, Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster. If Hill or Juju made it also, I'd love them, but they are probably going to be long gone before it gets to us at pick number 23. You got Gurley, Mixon, yeah, and that kind of rounds it out. So did I get you? Stupid little bug. All right. All right, so who was just taken? Juju, right? Oh, Nick Chubb was just taken too. These are not surprising. I did not expect them at all to make it back to us. But we are well set up for the next round. And the reason why I want to wait on wide receivers is because, the value of these guys, if we look at the wide receivers, Cooks, value rank 30. Thielen, 26. Thielen's pretty good, right? Thielen's all right. But these other guys, value rank 40, value rank 37 for Robert Woods, 39 for Tyler Lockett. We're at pick number 23, 26. They're bad values, right? So I don't want them. But if we go to the 4th and 5th round, we got guys where we're at pick 47, 50, right? Tyler Boyd, value rank 38. T.Y. Hilton, value rank 40. Tyler Lockett, value rank 39. So all of a sudden, these guys, Chris Godwin, value rank 45. So these guys are all fair value to undervalued relative to the draft position. Whereas if I go wide receivers in this round, outside of Mike Evans, I'm getting bad value. And I want to maximize value at every single pick of the draft. So let's see here. So now we've got, Dalvin Cook was taken, Odell Beckham, Tyreek Hill. So there's my 2 other favorite second round running backs are gone. We've got Gurley, Mixon, Kittle, Evans, Ertz, Antonio Brown. I'm hoping maybe someone takes Antonio Brown in one of these picks before mine. I mean, we still got 6 picks to go before my pick. So, again, the chances of these guys making it to me are slim. Although I'm guessing some of these running backs are going to get taken that I queued up. I've got 5 of them queued up right now. I'm guessing some of them are going to get taken. maybe jumped a little bit early. So there's Joe Mixon. All right. Again, I'm going to be focusing. I want guys on good football teams. That's a priority of mine. And guys I think are going to bounce back. So Leonard Fournette is kind of like my favorite choice for the second round pick. I think he's going to bounce back very strongly this year, and I think the Jags are going to be considerably better than they were last season. So that would be a very nice pick. Fournette offers good value. If we look at the running backs, Fournette value ranked 25, so he's a fair value pick. Josh Jacobs at value ranked 27. These guys are all good choices for value. So I'd be perfectly happy with taking them. Let's see here. Now we're going to have to see what happens with the tight ends. Who's going to bypass the elite tight ends and maybe help me out by taking Antonio Brown or Kerryon Johnson or Damian Williams or Keenan Allen or one of those guys. That's what I'm most interested in right now. How about if Keenan Allen, where is he on this list? Because Keenan Allen, value ranked 21, but I just don't have him ranked real well. Oh, it's because he's injured, right? That's the other thing. I'm not picking up any injured players. I want guys 100% healthy, ready to play. I do not want to deal with injuries at all, so I'm going to bypass them. Okay, so Gurley was taken. So now we're down to the 3 critical picks right before my pick. We'll see how they go. I'd love it if one of them would make it my way. So Kerryon Johnson. Okay, so that means I've got a good chance to get one of these guys because there's only 2 more picks until me. So that's a coup because, if we look at the value rank, if we look at the value rank on these guys.
You are up next.
Kittle, value rank 15. Evans, value rank 12. Ertz, value rank 13. So Ertz was taken.
Now you are on the clock.
Okay, and Evans was taken. But look, Kittle is available. And so that is a coup. Kittle, again, value rank 15. We're at pick number 24. That is fantastic value to get at this point in the draft. So we're going to take him, and then we're going to get ourselves a nice running back to complement Saquon Barkley. I think we're in really good shape here. So I'm very happy with this. So Childs, who did Childs take? Working Man took Evans. So he took the wide receiver. And then who do we got? Oh, the other reason why I really like Fournette, I hope Fournette makes it back to me, is because it's very easy to get Raquel Armstead late in this draft, and I would definitely take him as a handcuff because, again, we are going 20 rounds, so the waiver wire is going to be exceedingly thin at almost every position except for kicker and defense. That's what it looks like. So the other thing I'm going to do, because I looked at, where players are getting taken and everything like this, it looks like the final rounds are just crowded with defenses and kickers being taken. Only a few defenses and kickers are taken. Okay, so Jackie Childs took Keenan Allen, so he took a wide receiver also. And let's see who else he takes. So there's lots of choices on the board. I'm guessing I'm good to go with Leonard Fournette, and that would make me very happy at this point in the draft. So that looks good. So anyway, the final 3 picks, I'm going to take 2 defenses, 1 kicker. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably go defense, kicker, defense, and I'll go with that. Probably go for one of my favorite defenses. I'm thinking the Dallas defense looks good. Buffalo defense looks good. We'll see who's available. Also, I'm a believer in the New England defense. I think they're going to be great this year. These are all defenses you can get late. They got great early season schedules. That's what you want. You're just playing the matchup. So if I get 2 teams which have really good schedules and have really good defenses, I think we'll be in good shape.
Now you are on the clock.
All right, so he took Stephon Diggs. That's interesting. So Childs took 2 wide receivers. So he only has 1 running back, 2 wide receivers. But that does leave Fournette available. Antonio Brown is still on the board. And, as far as his value goes, where is he? Because I don't even think he's on here. And I'm not a big fan of taking players that switch teams, but I gotta look, right? I gotta look at Antonio Brown. Yeah, he just doesn't rate well, and he's doing that drama crap. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to go with my initial choice. I'm going to go with Fournette. I'm very happy with that. So that's going to give me a tight end and 2 elite running backs. So that's very good. So I took Fournette, and now it's coming back to Working Man. So we'll see what he takes. Working man took Damian Williams, so he took a running back. So he's got 2 running backs and 1 wide receiver. No one has taken quarterbacks yet, so that's not surprising. Let's jump to the next round. Let's see who's on here. Now, this is where we're going to focus on. Now, if there's a good running back that's still available, I would take another running back for depth. But I think we really want to focus on wide receivers on this round. We've got some really good options here. Tyler Boyd, T.Y. Hilton's a long shot. Tyler Lockett, I'm not really interested in him just because of the low volume. He's very good, but that offense, there's no other receivers. No one else is healthy right now. This is a run-first offense. I don't want players from teams like that, especially I don't want receivers from teams like that, right? So we got Boyd, we got Hilton, we got Godwin, we got Shepard. Shepard doesn't have great value, though. Let's see here. Who else do we have? We've got Moore, Alshon Jeffrey, I think would be a decent choice. You got Kupp and Cooper, Calvin Ridley. Kupp, it's hard to trust him with the knee issues. Obviously, he has some significant upside, but his reliability is low. So let's queue up some of these guys. So let's get let me go here to wide receivers, and so we can queue up T.Y. Hilton, and we can queue up. Let's queue up the receivers from last, Cooks and Thielen. Cooks and Thielen, they'll never make it back to us, but you never know, right? So there's Cooks, and I think Thielen already got taken. Yeah, that's not surprising. But we got Boyd and Godwin. So there's Boyd, and there's Godwin, right? And who else am I interested in? Oh, I'd be interested in Woods if he made it back to us. There's Ridley and Kupp right there. Again, those guys not as interested in. Ridley, I'd take. I'd take Ridley. I mean, I think he's a decent choice too. So we got some options there for wide receivers. But let's look at the running backs too. So the running backs in this round, and again, man, it just thins out so fast as running backs go. So we might take one more running back and just only go one wide receiver. There are still good receivers in the 6th and 7th round. Looking here at running backs, James White, I don't trust New England running backs. I don't trust them at all, but I do like Marlon Mack. He is a fair value pick here. Philip Lindsay, very overvalued. Tevin Coleman, overvalued. Tariq Cohen, overvalued. This is the problem, man. Austin Eckler, who definitely has upside with a potential extended holdout with Gordon. So he is a possibility as an upside pick who does still have value if Gordon comes back, but I'm thinking Gordon's going to hold out at least 10 weeks. I think that's what I'm estimating right now for him. Who else do we got here? We got Duke Johnson, I don't want. Sony Michel, don't want. Darius Geis is another possibility, but again, he's poor value at this point. Miles Sanders, terrible value. I don't want him at all. So let me get some of these guys queued up. So Mack, and I'll queue up Mack and Eckler because I think those guys are decent choices. So let's go Mack and Eckler. Where is he? He wasn't taken already, was he? No, he's down here. Great. Let's see here. Who is there anyone else on this list that I'm interested in? I mean, we've already got some queued up, right? Montgomery and Jacobs, Ingram, Lindsey, White, Coleman, Sanders. Again, these guys are just poor value. So we're really going to go for the value with the wide receivers on this round because they do offer the best opportunity on this round. Now let's review who else has come off the board here as we've been talking. So after Damian Williams, Antonio Brown was finally taken, Adam Thielen, Devonta Freeman, Aaron Jones, a couple of high-risk players there. Patrick Mahomes was finally taken at the 3.08, Chris Carson at 3.09. So again, I was not expecting any of those players to make it back to us in the 4th round. That just wasn't going to happen. But things are going pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy with this team so far. Shoot, I mean, they have both Barkley and Fournette, two bell cow RB1s, and George Kittle, an elite tight end. I would have preferred to gotten Ertz, but I think, Kittle is still the best receiver on that team. He is very, very good, and he is going to be productive, and he's going to be a big part of that offense. So I'm all in. I'm all in on Kittle. I don't think he's going to do what he did last year, but I think he's going to be very good, and just the bonus for tight end receptions, man, it makes all the difference. I mean, this guy's going to be a top 3 at his position every week. That gives me a nice positional advantage over everyone else. And I think I got a positional advantage on the running back core. I mean, Barkley and Leonard Fournette, great. I'm really happy. You know what? As I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna queue up Lindsey, and I'm gonna queue up Coleman, because if they fall, I would certainly consider them on the next round, but not on this set of rounds. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. If Mac, let me just put it back to the whole list so we can see, where they are on the list. So you can see Melvin Gordon's still on the board. So still a lot of optimism. I don't want to deal at all with holdouts. I got burned in a league last year with Le'Veon Bell. Sucked. You kept waiting for that guy to come back. They kept on saying, oh, he's going to come back. He's going to come back in 2 weeks. Oh, he's going to be back for week 6. Oh, he'll be back for week 8. He didn't show up at all. And I'm just afraid that at a minimum, these 2 guys, Zeke and Gordon, can hold out for 10 weeks. They can hold out for 10 weeks and then show up, do 6 games, and that'll complete their year. They do have to show up at some point during the year, or else their contract will just migrate to the next season, and they won't be any closer to free agency. So they do have to come in. I got this little flying bug that's just like, he's just like zipping around in front of the computer screen. So let's see here. Who else? Oh, Melvin Gordon finally got taken at the 312. Edelman got taken. Cooper. Again, none of those guys I want anything to do with. I am not sad that any of those guys left the board. But man, some good value here. Josh Jacobs still on the board. Montgomery still on the board. T.Y. Hilton. I see Marlon Mack up towards the top here. His chances of making it back to me are virtually 0, but it would be nice. Who knows? People are going to be ignoring Indianapolis because, Luck retired. And so I'd be totally happy to get Mack and Hilton if they fall to me, but I don't think it's going to happen. But we got tons of guys queued up. I think we're going to be just fine. We'll have plenty of options available, and we'll see what happens. So someone is just about to run out of time right now. So where are we at? Josh Jacobs came off the board. Not surprising. I totally take him at this point. Chris Godwin got taken. Okay, now that's one that I really, really wanted, so that's kind of upsetting that he got taken. So far out of place, but, it happens. So you just got to roll with the punches. Let's see here. And so this is the long pauses between our turns. What I might end up doing is I'm probably just going to end up pausing the video here, and then we'll just come back when it comes close to our turn. I think I'm going to do that, and we'll just recap what happened during the pause. I'll be right back. All right, so it's almost back to our pick, so let me just recap. So
you are up next.
After Josh Jacobs, we had Chris Godwin, Derrick Henry, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Cooks, T.Y. Hilton, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, Sony Michel, all taken.
Now you are on the clock.
Marlon Mack taken, so that's kind of a bummer. So it is back to us. So Marlon Mack was taken by Working Man, so he's got 3 running backs now. So, my options are, we got Boyd, we've got Woods, we got Ridley. So if we look at, let's just look at the wide receivers. Boyd, value rank of 38. Ridley, value rank of 48, so not nearly as good. Woods is from the prior round, value rank 37. I like that elite offense. So let's go with Woods. Draft Robert Woods. So that's going to be our first wide receiver. So that's actually a great choice. I'm very happy that he made it to us. He should not have made it to this pick. So we'll see what Jackie Childs does with his 2 picks. Again, he has taken 2 wide receivers and a running back. So he's probably going to be, I'm guessing he's going to load up on. Did I get him? I'm guessing he's going to load up on running backs here. If he's smart, he should grab a couple. But we'll see what happens. But you could see, okay, so look at the top of the list right now. Evan Engram is right at the top of the list. O.J. Howard, Hunter Henry is right there. So there's going to be a run on tight ends, but we don't need to worry about it. There is a tight end I do want to target, Austin Hooper, when we get to that point in the draft. I think it might be the next round of picks, just because the PPR really boosts his value. He's got really nice value at that point. And I got no problem rolling with two tight ends, just because that we have the extra flex position. Okay, so who'd he take? Jackie Childs took Calvin Ridley. Oh man, that's too bad. I like that one. So he took Calvin Ridley. So he's got 3 wide receivers now. And you can see I've got Tyler Boyd, Austin Eckler, Phillip Lindsay, Tevin Coleman still on the board. Let's see, are there any other wide receivers? Let's just look at the wide receivers here. I might take Evan Engram if he makes it too.
Now you are on the clock.
Oh, okay. So he took Tyler Boyd. So he's got 4 wide receivers. That's obviously his strategy. But look, Evan Engram is still on the board in the 5th round. Evan Engram should have been gone on the last round of picks. He was a long shot for this round. Value rank 42. We're at pick 47. That is fantastic value. I like him more than Eckler, Lindsay, or Coleman. Obviously, a lot better value. All my wide receivers were taken. Who's left? Well, we got Galladay. We got Kupp. Let me just look at Galladay real quick, just because I'm not sure. Where is he? Oh man. Okay, this is kind of tough. 28 seconds to go. So Evan Engram, 214 points. Kenny Galladay, 217. I think I'm going to go. Why not? I'm going to go with Evan. I'm going to go with Engram.
15 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm taking Engram. So I've taken 2 tight ends. So I've only got 1 wide receiver, Robert Woods. I got Saquon Barkley and Leonard Fournette. Evan Engram and George Kittle are my tight ends. So that's pretty sweet. That's good value. Again, we got good value at that point. We were at pick number, 50, and we got a guy with a value rank of 42. So, great. Taking advantage of the tight end bonus. All right. So the next round, another wide receiver who I really, really like, Jarvis Landry. Look, here's Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper has nice value as well. Baker Mayfield, a quarterback. If we want to go quarterback, I'm going to wait as long as I can to take our quarterback because we really got to stock up. I mean, this round, these are elite level quarterbacks, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. So let's just look at wide receivers. So Jarvis Landry would be my top choice. Jarvis Landry, D.D. Westbrook is a great choice. Robbie Anderson, who I would love to take, but he is dealing with a soft tissue injury right now. Don't want to deal with that at all. Fitzgerald is a guy who I could probably get on the following set of rounds, so I don't want to deal with that. Anyone else here? Curtis Samuel. That's another one with some high upside. So let me get those guys queued up. Let's go to the wide receivers. And so there's Jarvis, right? There's Alshon. I'll put Alshon on the queue. He probably won't make it back to us. There's Curtis Samuel. I like him. There's D.D. Westbrook. I like him. Well, D.D., where are you? Right there. Okay, great. Let's look at the running backs on this round. So the running backs, Eckler's a long shot. If he made it back to us, I'd totally take him. Breida also has some nice value, man, because Jerick McKinnon is probably going to be on IR, so I think a big boost of his production will go to Breida. I think that's a good choice. Who else do we have here? You got Freeman. Okay, Tony Pollard. That is also a good sneaky pick at this point in the draft. So let's get Breida. Eckler's already on there. Geis is also, if he makes it back, that'd be great. So we'll put Breida, Geis, and Pollard on the queue. Let's go to running backs. There's Geis. Where's Breida? There's Breida. Let's get Pollard. Where are you, Pollard? Search. There he is. We'll add him. So we got him. And let's see. I think that's all. That's it for there. And then Austin Hooper. We'll just put Austin Hooper on. I'm not really big on drafting any more tight ends till way later if we even go another one. I mean, shoot, man, the 2 we got are so good. I'm gonna play him every week, man. I've already got my one flex spot sewn up with that. So that was great. That was a great coup there. So I'll put Austin Hooper there, but I'm probably not going to take him. So let's just go back and see how everybody's doing here. So after us, where are we? Maverick. So Working Man took Hunter Henry. So he took a tight end. And then Cooper Kupp, O.J. Howard, Mark Ingram, Duke Johnson, DJ Moore, Deshaun Watson, Alshon Jeffrey went, Phillip Lindsay went. That's not surprising. I did not expect either of those guys to make it to my next round pick for sure, But this is going pretty good so far. Everybody's got 5. I like this team. It's a good team. I'm very excited about this. So, I think we're going to sport a very competitive squad here. Things are looking good. Let me just look at the board here, and what I'm just going to pause until we get to my pick, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, so it's almost back to our pick. So unfortunately, Pollard and Eckler both did get taken. Pollard got taken super early, man. Kudos to that guy for doing it. I was going to take him with the 7th round pick. But anyway, that's a great play.
You are up next.
Landry is still on the board. So Landry's going to be my 2 if everything goes my way here, which I hope it does. I'll be very excited to get Landry as my 2. I love that team. So just to recap, Tariq Cohen, Josh Gordon, Kenny Golladay finally came off super late. 6.07 pick for Kenny Golladay. That was amazing. I was like thinking, man, could he fall to me? Almost did, right? Tony Pollard, Latavius Murray, Miles Sanders, James White, and Austin Eckler. And Tevin Coleman came off too. That's not surprising at all. So we are, we're right in the thick of it. So whoever Working Man takes... Working Man does not. Oh, he does have a tight end. He's got 3 running backs, a wide receiver, and a tight end. Oh, please don't take Landry. Oh, come on. Don't take Landry. Don't do it. I want Landry bad. So, 30 seconds. He's gonna make me work it. But you can see I still got tons of guys here. Tons of guys to choose from. I love Curtis Samuel too. Shoot, go Curtis as my 2nd. I think he's going to be big. Love that player too.
Now you are on the clock.
Yes. Landry made it. So Working Man took Robbie Anderson. Oh, good for you. You took Robbie Anderson, the injured guy, and you left the healthy guy for me. Jarvis Landry. Thank you. That's my wide receiver core. So I got Woods and Landry as my receivers. Love that combo. Tons of upside with both those guys. I love both those offenses. So that's very exciting. So now Jackie Childs is going to take 2 players. Now he's only taken 1 running back and 4 wide receivers so far. So, he needs a tight end. He definitely needs more running backs. So I'm kind of interested to see what he takes here. Let's just look at the running backs. Got Geist, Drake, Penny, Henderson. See, it's just not great choice. Henderson, I kind of like. I'll put Henderson on the queue too, just because I like him. Freeman, Breida. Breida again. He's got a nice value bump right now. Howard Ballage. These guys. Again, there's just bad choices. Look, there's Darwin Thompson right there. That's a guy that I super want. He's going at 113. When is our next pick is at 95. So I think I got a good chance to get Darwin Thompson on the next round. I don't want to take him this round though. I really want to maximize our value. So as far as value on these running backs, Dede offers value rank of 59. Curtis Samuel value rank of 93. Oh, it's not that good. Shoot. That is a bummer because I love the upside. I love the buzz he's getting. I love that. I like that offense. I think I might just take him anyway because, again, he's going to be my 3rd, so he's going to be a flex option.
You are up next.
All right, so who'd he take? He took Christian Kirk, so he took another wide receiver. So this guy's going wide receiver heavy duty, 5 wide receivers. So that's interesting. I don't think that's a great choice at this point in the draft.
Now you are on the clock.
Okay, so and then he took Jared Cook, so he did take a tight end. So both the guys on either side of me have their tight ends now, but he only has taken one running back, so that's kind of surprising. So we got some choices here. So again, Curtis Samuel, D.D. Westbrook offers great value at this point in the draft. Value rank 59 versus our pick 71, so that's really good. If we look at these running backs. Again, Breida, value rank 89. Let's see here. Geis, value rank of 67. And, Pollard's gone. Darrell Henderson. Where's Henderson? How come I don't see him? Oh, there he is. Value rank 131. No, we do not want him. I think I'm going to go with my heart here. I just love Curtis Samuel. Again, I think it's a better offense than Jacksonville. So let's go ahead. We'll take Curtis. I'm just going to 30 seconds. Okay, so let me just look at the other wide receivers. AJ Green, Will Fuller. There's Curtis, D.D., Sammy. Okay, yeah, I'm taking Curtis. I'm going to take Curtis Samuel. That's my first big gamble of the draft as far as I'm concerned, and I love that he's our third wide receiver. So that's a great option. I'm excited to see what that offense can do. I think he's going to be very productive. So let's go to the next round. So the next round, all right, so this is when I was projecting that you should take Tony Pollard. He's obviously gone, but let's definitely queue up Darwin. Darrell Henderson, we already got queued up. And Alexander Madison, let's get him queued up too. So we'll do Darwin, and let me just put in my running backs. So Darwin, where are you? There's Madison. Oh my God, someone took Darwin. Oh well, I was thinking I had it early enough that we could have gotten him, and it just didn't happen. So Madison and Henderson, we still got queued up. Got sniped on both those. I'm going to have to note that for the next draft. I'm doing 2 more of these. So, those guys are obviously taking big gambles there. Let's hear on this round. Wide receivers, we got Larry Fitzgerald, we got Terrell Williams, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, James Washington. So those are all decent choices. So I like, let's get those guys queued up. So Fitz, Terrell, Marquez. All right, so wide receivers, there's Marquez and Fitz. And Terrell, there's Terrell. I like all those guys. Sterling Shepard, I'll put him on. He's probably not going to make it back to us, though. Let's see here. Let's look at the tight ends. Mark Andrews is the only one I have. Well, we got Mark Andrews, Trey Burton, Delaney Walker. Those guys offer really good value. Andrews does. Let's put Andrews on the queue because he might be worth considering. Is he gone? Is he already taken? Andrews. There he is. Cue him. And quarterbacks. Let's look at quarterbacks. So a lot of quarterbacks this round, right? We got Goff and Lamar Jackson are my 2 faves. Let's definitely get those guys queued up as well. So we got Goff. We got Lamar Jackson. Any other quarterbacks I'm really see the other guys: Wentz, Breeze, Newton, Wilson, Murray, Winston. I'm not real big on any of those guys. I love Newton, but that injury just puts shudders through my spine. I don't want to deal with that. Look at all these guys we got queued up. We got a ton. So I'm just going to pause, man. We got a big, long gap. I'll come back when it's our pick, and we'll see where we're at. So it looks like Vance McDonald, David Njoku just came off after Darwin Thompson. I'll be right back.
Next.
All right, so it's almost back to us, and there are still a ton of amazing quarterbacks that are still on the board. Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, elite level quarterbacks still here in the 8th round. Now, the reason why I was targeting quarterbacks is because the 9th round is a huge run on that position. So once it comes back to me in the 10th round, basically like the best quarterback that's going to be available is someone like Dak Prescott, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. Right in that range is what's going to be left. Now, I do definitely, absolutely, horribly need some more running back depth. I would love to get Royce Freeman. He is a great value here. We've got
you are on the clock.
Tons of guys queued up. Okay, great. So Royce Freeman did make it to us. Look, there's also Jordan Howard, Jalen Samuels, LaShawn McCoy, Peyton Barber. Of that group, I think I would take Royce Freeman first. And I've only taken 2 running backs so far, so I definitely need to improve on that. Now, working man, he took Dante Pettis, so he took his 4th wide receiver. So I think I'm going to go with Royce on this pick. And as a 8th round pick, I think he's a great choice. Let's see here, where was he on the list? So Royce was right here, value rank 129, not great value, but he's got upside, and people are saying he's going to have a larger role in this offense this year. So let's just go for it. He's a depth position as well. So I'll take Royce Freeman as my 3rd running back. And now we've got to consider, do I want to take an elite quarterback? I mean, to get Aaron Rodgers or my personal favorite, Baker Mayfield. I did take Mayfield in another league. But Rodgers is a top 3 guy, man. He is a top 3 guy. It's going to be a top flight offense.
You are up next.
All right. So who did he take? He took Justice Hill. I'm getting sniped on all these late round running backs who I like. Darn it. That bums me out. So he took he took a running back. He took a running back working. Oh, Jackie Childs took a running back. Oh, that was his 2nd running back. Shoot, I messed up there. And I messed up there. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm good waiting for another round with the quarterbacks just because there's so many. And I'm totally okay with waiting on that. Again, we do need our running back. I do need running backs. But who would I take? I mean, there's just all my good little sneaky picks got sniped, which is kind of making me a little upset here. I could take Jalen Samuels, who I do like his upside. Let's see here. Justin Jackson certainly has some value. I think Jalen's a little bit better though. I could take Kareem Hunt. Just put him on my bench for 10 weeks. Actually, that's not a bad choice. I mean, he certainly could do something. We got such a deep bench.
Now you are on the clock.
Okay, so who did he end up taking? He took Peyton Barber. Oh man, what a sucky running back core that is. I mean, I love Justice, but to take him in the 8th round is exceedingly overvalued relative to his expected draft position. Now, as far as and the thing with Jalen, right? Jalen is a play on James Conner. If Conner can't stay healthy, if Conner gets injured, Jalen is an RB1 straight off the top. Just by the way that team plays. So I think I need to take him. I'm going to bypass the quarterback. We'll go for the quarterback on the 10th round. I hope I don't regret it. I don't think I will, but only 2 quarterbacks have come off the board. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to take, of this group. Yeah, he's my favorite choice. We'll go ahead. We'll take Jalen. So, now my team, my 4 running backs are Barkley, Fournette, Freeman, and Samuels. My wide receivers are Landry, Curtis Samuel, and Robert Woods. My tight ends, Evan Ingram and George Kittle. It's a damn good team. I'm still very happy with this team. We got tons of guys on the queue still that have not been picked. And of course, if people go quarterback crazy on this next 2 rounds, a lot of these guys are going to make it to the next round. So let's go to the 10th and 11th round. It's recommending, Terrell Williams, John Brown, Phillip Rivers, the quarterback. So, again, he's kind of like our fallback if the quarterbacks go crazy on this next round. But John Brown is a good choice as well for wide receiver. Let's see here. Where is he? So John Brown, value rank 111. I mean, it's not great. It's not a great passing offense. Pettis might be worth it as a long shot. Moncrief certainly offers some value. I think that's a decent choice. I'd be up for that. Let's see here. I mean, most of these other guys I don't have a lot of interest in, just because of the risk associated with them. Tate might be good because he's got the 4-game suspension, but his value rank is just terrible. Let's look at tight ends. Graham, Doyle, Olsen, again, these guys are still pulling good value. Jordan Reed, good value, right? But he can't stay healthy. But shoot, I mean, Olsen, I'd love to take a shot with him. I'm not so much about Graham and Doyle, not really big on those guys. Chris Herndon is another guy who I'd be interested in just because he's got the suspension. Once he comes off suspension, he's going to be very valuable. But we've got 2 rock solid tight ends. I mean, I'm just loaded for bear at tight end. It's hard for me to decide what to do here. Do I have MVS already queued up? I think I do. Yeah, I do. MVS. Let's see here. I'll put Moncrief and Pettis on there as potential options. I'm not really recommending them. There's Moncrief. There's Pettis. Pettis has been struggling though. I don't think I want him. Pettis, I'm not really interested in. And then for the running backs, I actually queued up Ballage, Singletary, and Justin Jackson on this round, so I've already got them on the queue. We just have to wait and see what happens here. Who's going to? Who is fine? Oh, someone took the Chicago defense 909. I think that's a terrible choice, but that's fine. Mark Andrews got taken. Larry Fitzgerald got taken. So a couple of my guys. Aaron Rodgers did get taken right after us. So let's see here. Jackie. So it was Working Man. Oh, Working Man took Devin Singletary. So he took another running back. 9. Okay, so yeah, so we're all at 9. Okay. So, Delaney Walker just came off. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video. I'll come back. Only one more quarterback has come off here, so that's looking very promising here, although we are heading into the 10th round. So we'll see what happens. Baker Mayfield, another quarterback just came off. So it looks like we might have a bit of a run here. I'm going to pause. We'll be right back. All right, so my gamble paid off. Only 3 quarterbacks have come
you
up.
are
4.
on the clock.
4 quarterbacks came off the board in the interim, and there's only one gap to our next pick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take either Lamar or Jared Goff on the next pick. Jackie Childs at most would only take 1. So let's see here. So I will go ahead. I love Terrell Williams. I think he's great as a 10th round pick. Again, he's playing opposite Antonio Brown. I've been a big advocate of this guy, Michael Crabtree upside. Let's go ahead and take Williams. And then we'll see what Jackie Childs does. Now, Working Man took LaShawn McCoy, so he's got 5 running backs and 4 wide receivers and a tight end. I am gambling here that the guy I want does not get taken. And the choice is, do I want to go with Jared Goff? I've already got Woods, so I got a stack there. If I take him for touchdowns, I think that's a great choice. But I just love Lamar Jackson. I just want the upside. And I'll have other opportunities to get him, but man, I mean, it's a tough decision here for what I want to do. But I'm in a great position here. You can see there's still Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, right here at the top of the list, man. Jameis Winston. There's tons of quarterbacks right here at the very top of the list.
You are up next.
All right, so who'd he take? He took Damian Harris. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Man, I'm getting all my favorites sniped. I'm just like, oof. Kind of bums me out, but that's okay because I love this team, man. This is a solid, well-rounded team with good depth and I got a couple of good upside players, but mostly I got solid performers at each and every key position. So I just need to ask myself, Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson, they both have about the same amount of upside. They're both Goff is on a proven good offense. So I got that, right? I could go with that, but Lamar Jackson is the one that has the upside. I'm just like, I'm just hungry to try to get him on one of my teams and see what he can do.
Now you are on the clock.
All right, so who did he take? and he took Justin Jackson. Okay, so he took 2 running backs. So Jackie Childs took 2 running backs. He's got a crappy running back core, man, I got to say. But, boy, okay, so what does it come down to, man? Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson? I love them both. This is tough. I mean, I guess, if I look at these 2 guys side by side, Goff's the one that just gets recommended. He's just, again, trust the coach, trust the team, trust the system. They're going to be good this year. I'm going to go ahead and take Goff. I'm going to take him. So that's my quarterback. I'm super happy with that. I'll leave Lamar Jackson to another team. I'll take him on another team, but this one is going so well. I just got to go with from positions of strength. So let's go to the next round. So this is going to be the 12th, 13th round. Who's it recommending? So Mohamed Sanu, Justice Hill, who got taken early, Phillip Rivers. We don't really need a second quarterback. I will take one, but not on this round. So let's just kind of review. Let's just kind of look and see if there's some guys here that I already took. Jalen Samuels, Justin Jackson is gone. See, these guys are going a lot earlier in this draft than in most others. Now Kareem Hunt, who knows if he makes it back to us, right? He is on this list. I'm guessing he's gone, but I'd certainly take a chance at Kareem Hunt. He'd offer some great upside for that big tournament at the very end because he'll be coming on in week 10. And I got a 10-spot bench, so he's no problem holding him. Deion Lewis, I think, would probably be a good choice. He's not going to make it back. Let's see here. Naeem Hines, again, it's a PPR option. I think he's a good choice. Chairman Giovanni Bernard, C.J. Anderson, Jalen Richard, Lamar Miller, no. Mike Davis, Carlos Hyde. See, that's just crap. Shoot. I might also just take, I don't want to get sniped on Raquel. Let's put him on the queue because I definitely want him given that I have Leonard Fournette. Who else do we have here? Got Gus Edwards. He could have some upside if there's any trouble for, if there's any trouble with, Ingram, who is 29, and that's kind of like my drop dead date for running backs. I don't take him after that, after age 28. There's just not, just terrible options down here. Terrible. All right, let's look at the wide receivers then. So there's still some decent options here. Let's see. So I like Debo. Take an upside pick there. I think he's got some nice upside. Mecole, definitely. Mecole is definitely on my list. Kiki, Geronimo. Yeah, these guys will probably never make it back to me. Anthony Miller's injured. Crowder, not really. Metcalf's injured. Traquan Smith, I don't trust that offense for the passing volume. Sanu's another one who I very much like. So you get Sanu on there. Sanu. There you go. Let's look at the tight ends. Might be someone worth, Herndon is one that I've been. Come on. There we go. Jimmy Graham, Greg Olson. These are all depth plays here. Darren Walker is one that's like getting all this buzz. Like he's gonna be big just because Carr uses the tight end. Man, he used the tight end tremendously last year. They were thinking he's gonna do it again with this guy. This guy's never done anything in the NFL though, but he might be worth something as a high upside pick. Not really anything in a Gronk. Take a chance on Gronk. Think he comes back? I don't think that's going to happen. He sells weed now, so I think he's perfectly happy with what he's doing. Quarterback, still great quarterbacks on the board, and we could definitely grab a second quarterback. Oh, I went back to all. Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Winston. Prescott, rock solid. QB2, Rivers. I love Rivers. Trubisky, Cousins. I love Cousins. Only on the football field. Okay, Josh Allen is a great choice. Brady, I think, is a great choice. There's so many. Just look at how deep this position is. Bradford, Darnold, another one. I don't know why I always call him Sam Bradford. But okay, so we got a nice fat queue, so everything's looking good here. I'm just gonna pause the video. We'll come back. Let's see who's come off the board here. So since our pick, Jordan Reed came off, Goddard, Hawkinson, so a couple of tight ends, Richardson, Roethlisberger, Tate came off. Oh, Darren Waller just got taken. Okay. Russell Wilson, Kyle Rudolph. So, we've got some more quarterbacks coming off now. I think we did great on our quarterback pick. So I'm just going to pause here. We'll come right back when it's our pick. All right. So check it out. Lamar Jackson still on the board here in the 12th round. That is amazing. Oh, nope. He just got taken. So that's fine. So that was actually Working Man who took him. I'm jealous that he took that. So, but I think we got to go with some more running backs. So we got a bunch of options here. We got Raquel Armistead, who I like. Oh, and it looks like Kareem Hunt just got taken, right? So Nyheim Hines, again, PPR running back, Raquel Armistead, Gus Edwards, Malcolm Brown, Darrell Williams. Again, it's very, very thin at running back, very picked over. So we definitely want to get our handcuff, and I think we need to take one more. And then there's also some good wide receivers that are still here, and I've been sniped on so many of my guys. I definitely want, when you talk like Mecole Hardman, I totally want him on my team. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take Mecole as one of my high upside players. So I love that. He's my 5th wide receiver. Definitely has huge upside on a fantastic offense. And I think we're just going to grab Raquel just for
you are up next.
Safety's sake. So Jackie Childs took Jamison Crowder. So that's a wide receiver. Look, Cam Newton still on the board. Kyler Murray still on the board. Dak Prescott still on the board. Jack Doyle still on the board. So that's, a tight end. Having a 3rd tight end would be very valuable to us. To be able to keep that rotation in, and I think he's still projected here for Andrew Luck, but that's certainly going to be a decent offense. So I think that's also a possibility. Where is Raquel going right now? Is he even?
Now you are on the clock.
All right. So who else did he take? He took Adrian Peterson. So he took a running back. All right, so that guy has a super balanced thing. So, oh boy. So the question is, right? Do I go for the safety of Raquel? I think I could wait maybe to the next round for him. He's way deep on this thing. RYQ. I might end up regretting not taking him. Oh, 240 is his ADP. Okay, this guy's like no one's taking him. So I think I'm going to go with the highest upside player on the board. There's still some great quarterbacks here. I don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to take Jack Doyle as my 3rd tight end as a depth play, and I think he is going to be a decent option, right? He's not a guy I'm going to start. He's going to sit on the bench, but he certainly gives us some added depth that we need. So let's look to the 14th, 15th round. Sam Darnold, I'd love to get him as my QB2. We definitely want to take a QB2. Damian Harris, already taken. Deebo Samuel, I think I already got him queued up. I got Deebo on there already. Yeah, I got him queued. Let's look at the wide receivers. So Deebo Samuel, Mecole Hardman, we got him. I'm glad we got him. No one else there that I really want to look at. Maybe N'Keal Harry would be good as an upside play. Running backs, let's see here. CJ Anderson might be worth something. Carlos Hyde, no. Jalen Samuels, we already got him. Malcolm Brown, so that's the LA Rams running back. And, if Gurley gets hurt, Darrell Henderson is not necessarily the starter. He's more of a 3rd down change of pace guy. I think Malcolm Brown could take the upside there. Raquel, okay, this is the round to take him, right? Raquel, we're gambling on that. Who else? Jamal Williams, Ito Smith, Chris Thompson, Dare Ogunbowale, that's the Tampa Bay running back. Again, that backfield is such a mess that he's viable. There's, the other guys just suck so bad. Jerick McKinnon, no way. Ty Montgomery of the Jets, nah. There's nothing there. Quarterback Sam Darnold, Nick Foles, Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh, good, great QB2s, man. I mean, that's great depth play. So I think we're good. I'm just going to pause the video. We'll come back when we're within 3, and we'll see where we're at. All right, so nothing really exciting has happened. We got some more quarterbacks coming off the board. Cam Newton, 13th round.
Now you are on the clock.
All right, so Jackie Chiles still has not taken a quarterback. So I could still get, look at this, Phillip Rivers in the 14th round. That is amazing. That is such incredible value. What's his bye week is 12. Goff is 9. Yeah, I think I got to take Rivers just because such value there. So let's go ahead. We'll take Rivers as our QB2, and then we will cycle through on Jackie Chiles. So who did so Working Man took Adam Humphrey, so he took a wide receiver. All right. And Jackie Chiles, let's see who he takes, and then we'll grab Raquel at 15. And, I'm looking through the list, and I got some guys queued up here, but boy, is the pickings getting thin. So we might end up just going defense kicker on the next round instead of waiting until the 18th, 19th round to do that. So who did he take? He took Dak Prescott. That's another great choice. Shoot,
you are on the clock.
That's his QB1. He's very good. And he took Josh Allen. So he took 2 quarterbacks here at the 14th, 15th round. That's very, very good. And I think on my next draft, I'm definitely going to do that strategy. So I'm going to get my handcuff. I'm going to get Raquel for Leonard Fournette. So that increases my comfort level tremendously. And on the 16th, 17th round, again, we don't need any more quarterbacks. The running backs are just super thin, man. I mean, maybe we could take C.J. Anderson. Carlos Hyde, I don't want anything to do with. Mike Davis, the Chicago running back. None of these guys are worth anything. Maybe Dare Ogunbowale, just because maybe he can do something in that backfield. Maybe he's like, the Philip Lindsay this year, right? I mean, that might be a high upside pick. Of course, it doesn't hurt our team at all if it doesn't work out. For receivers, Quincy Enunwa, not a reliable receiver, but I think, it's going to be a good offense. There's something there. And nobody else here is really, really interesting me at all. I'm just like meh. So as far as defenses go, see, here's where all the defenses go is on between this round and the next one. So a ton of them. So we'll kind of have our pick. And I think, like I said, I'd love to go with like Buffalo and Dallas. Let's get some defenses queued up because hardly any defenses have been taken right now. Look, Chris Thompson just came off. So look, I mean, the Rams are still on the board, Jacksonville, the Chargers, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland. And usually I just stream defenses. But I love Dallas and I love Buffalo. I think they're both great. And so I'm just going to put them on the queue. Some of these other guys, like Jacksonville, their week 1 opponent is Kansas City. Are you really going to start the Jacksonville defense when they're playing Kansas City? I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't care how good they are. That's not going to be a good matchup. And what about, I like Philadelphia. And let's see here. New England. I like New England. So we'll queue those 4 guys up. And for kickers, man, I mean, we got our choice. We can get ourselves a really nice kicker. Harrison Butker of Kansas City. My typical rule is I want someone who plays in a dome on a good offense. Will Lutz certainly fits that bill. He'd be great. Let's see here. Oh, and who did right after me? Working Man took he took Carlos Hyde. That guy's getting cut. Oh, that was stupid. All right, so Working Man, that was a wasted pick, man. He's not even gonna make the team. That was retarded. That's a bad play. I gotta say, my respect for Jackie Chiles very high with taking those 2 quarterbacks at the 14th, 15th round. That's great. He did very good with that. And I'm not unhappy at all with my quarterbacks. I think we got 2 awesome quarterbacks, but we could have totally waited. We could have had, again, we could have had Rivers and we could have had, we could have had Rivers, we could have had Cousins, we could have had Dak Prescott. There's just great great quarterbacks there. So don't take a quarterback early. That's what it comes down to, man. So I'm just going to pause the video. We'll just come back when it's our pick, and we'll make our selection. All right, so it's almost back to us.
Now
really,
you are on the clock.
Nobody of note has come off. I think I'm going to take my elite kicker. I'm going to take Will Lutz. By week 9, sure. And hardly any defenses have come off at all. There's still a ton on the board here. So let's go ahead and let's take an elite kicker on an elite offense that's going to score a ton of points as our kicker. And we're only going to take one. So that's good for that. And we've got, again, the only guys that are left, you got Gus Edwards of Baltimore, Darrell Williams of Kansas City, Sam Darnold. We don't need another quarterback, so I could probably just remove him from the queue. Paris Campbell of Indianapolis, who had a very poor, Paris Campbell and Keel Harry, both guys had very poor injury, issues during training camp, so they're not great. Quincy Enua, Keyshawn Johnson. Quincy, maybe he has some value. Maybe we go for one of these other running backs just as a depth play. I mean, if anything happens, again, if anything happens to Ingram, Gus Edwards would be the guy in the backfield there. Why not take a chance on him, man? I mean, there's not any other great choices here. So I'm going to take, did it take my kicker? It did. Oh, and
You are up next.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was still Jackie Childs was in there. Okay. So working man, let's see here. He took Jimmy Garoppolo. So he took his second quarterback. And then Jackie Childs just took Gerald Everett, the tight end. So that was his second tight end. Very late on that. So, not taking advantage at all of the tight end bonus like we did. So, and let's see here. Once Jackie makes his selection, I mean, of all these guys, let's go for Gus. I mean, shoot, just why not? This is going to be a run-first team.
Now you are on the clock.
Big possibility that something happens to one of the running backs, and that we open up a role for Gus Edwards. So let's go ahead. We'll take him. And I think next round, let's go ahead and get our defenses. So, working man took Marquise Brown, the wide receiver. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we got all these defenses queued up: Dallas, Buffalo, Philadelphia, New England. I'd love to get them. And then maybe for our last pick, I'm looking Keyshawn Johnson. Love upside of Keyshawn Johnson. He's one of the only receivers on Arizona that's done anything in the preseason, and I think he has some significant upside if no one else takes him for the final pick. So I think that will be a great choice. I'm just going to pause the video. We'll come back when it's our pick. All right, so it's almost back to us here. So we're gonna go defense here. Again, great defense is still on the board.
Now
Minnesota.
you are on
Minnesota
the
just got
clock.
taken. Cleveland, Philadelphia, Dallas, New England, New Orleans, Houston. Great. I mean, these are just great options, man. I like them all. I really like Dallas though, so let's go ahead and we're gonna take Dallas as our first defense, and then I would love to get Buffalo with our second defense. And I think we're golden. And we do not need to worry about our defense for the rest of the season. I think they're both going to be outstanding this year. So, yeah, I think that's good. Philly's also really good, too. And, Philly is also slated to be one of the best teams in the league this year. So that's another good option. And they always field a quality defense. And they got a good early season schedule. I'm not tracking what the other players have taken anymore, but I hope you noticed that I wasn't really overly concerned with who was coming off the board. I was using the app, I was picking my players, I was queuing them up, and then I was just letting the cards fall as they may.
Now you are on the clock.
And it's back to us. So Buffalo and Philadelphia are both available. Philadelphia again is one of my favorites here. Where are you, Philadelphia? Early season schedule. Washington at home, at Atlanta, that's not good, and then Detroit at home. So, again, they're going to be quality. Buffalo, where is Buffalo? I think Buffalo's on the next round here. Where Where are they? There they are. Buffalo, on the other hand, has at Giants, at Jets, at Giants, Cincinnati, New England, and at Tennessee. I'm going to go with Buffalo. I just love that schedule. All right, great. So we got both our guys. And I think what I'm going to do is for the last pick, hopefully it makes it to me, Keyshawn Johnson. I love him as a last pick. I think there's some really good upside on that offense, and he is the receiver that's been doing something during this preseason. So I think he is going to be the guy to get. And I remember a couple years ago, and with my last pick in the draft, I took someone named Michael Thomas, and that worked out very well. So that's, I'm not saying this guy's Michael Thomas, but I'm saying that this guy has been playing very, very well in this offense. You've got, Larry Fitzgerald, who's an aging talent. You've got, someone like Christian Kirk, who hasn't done much, and then a bunch of other rookies. Keyshawn Johnson is the best of the rookies on that team, and just getting no respect on the draft board. So, let's take a shot. So I'm just going to pause the video, and we will come back and review the team. I love this team. I love it. We really did good today, and I think I'm going to do very well in this tournament. So we'll be right back. Well, I was afraid that happened. Somebody took Keyshawn Johnson
Now you
right
are on the
before
clock.
me. So who do we got left? I mean, we got Darrell Williams, the running back for Kansas City. That might not be a bad choice. Darwin Williams, there's no guarantees that he is the guy. Quincy Enunwa, also is something there. I mean, he can't stay healthy, but he'd be at a death piece. You know what? I will take, let's just look over here. Kind of bums me out. I mean, I knew it was a last second pick, and I'm not the only one looking at that guy, right? Cole Beasley, he's making some noise. He's actually been doing pretty good. Yeah, there's not a lot here. Running backs. Rex Burkhead, no. Nah, there's nothing there. How about wide receivers? Andy Isabella. Hurd. Let's just go take Quincy. It's a throwaway pick anyway. All right. I'll be right back. All right, so I put the team from my app on here so we can take a look at it. So if we look at the quarterbacks, I got Jared Goff and Phillip Rivers, both outstanding options. I'm so happy I got both these guys, both on elite offenses. That is perfect. That's exactly what you want. For running backs, we got Barkley and Fournette. Those are my workhorses. Again, they are both every down backs. I got Freeman, Samuels, Armstead, and Edwards to back them up. Again, less than optimal. I got sniped on a bunch of my running backs. I'm going to have to adjust that for the next draft that I do next week. But again, I like Samuels. I think Freeman is solid. These are guys that are probably just going to sit on the bench though, except for bye weeks. Edwards, a potential upside there if something happens to Ingram, and Armstead is our handcuff for Fournette. So I would say this is probably the weakest part of our team, but we're very, very strong at the top. I mean, we got two colossally good running backs at the top that are going to be starting for us each week. Wide receivers. Okay, so we got Woods and Landry are our anchors. Then I got Samuels, high upside player there. Terrell Williams, another high upside player. Mecole Hardman, a great high upside player that has a chance to move up in that offense. I did not get Keyshawn. I'm going to have to take him off my list because I was thwarted on him. That makes me very sad. For tight ends, we got three. So I got George Kittle and Evan Ingram. Value is fantastic. George Kittle, the 15th best player overall. Evan Ingram, 42nd in value. So these are guys that are every week starters. Every week they're going to be in my lineup. This is the number 3 and the number 4 tight end. So I am in absolutely outstanding position with my tight ends to take full advantage of that tight end bonus, the 1.5 points per reception. These guys are going to be extremely valuable to the team. Defenses, I got the Cowboys and the Bills. Both have excellent early season schedules. They're really good. And then for our kicker, we took why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? It's too late. Will Lutz. That's right. We got Will Lutz. Again, an outstanding option. I will start him every week. I'll pick up a kicker off the waiver wire for week 9 for his bye week, but otherwise we are rock solid. We do not need to bother with that position at all. So again, very, very good draft. Lessons taken away from this. I got to move up a bunch of my high upside running backs because I got sniped on just about every single one. That was upsetting. So I got to move them way up the draft board, for this particular list. And also, I really like the fact that the guy that was right before me, Jackie Childs, waited until the 14th round to take his quarterback, and he got Dak Prescott and Josh Allen. So we got 2 great, really good quarterbacks, certainly a QB1 and a solid QB2 for his team, and he spent those first 13 picks on running backs and wide receivers. So that was good for him, although I think his running back core was pretty poor. But overall, this team is built very solidly at the top. I love it. I can't wait to take this team into the year with me. I think this has a very, very good opportunity to be a playoff contending team and win the championship in this high stakes league. So thank you very much for watching this whole thing. I know it's very long, but I appreciate it. And really, if you need some help, man, get my app, man. Go get my Perfect Fantasy Draft. It is going to make all the difference on draft day. Look at how I got basically every player that I wanted. I got sniped on those late end wide receivers that got taken way earlier than expected. But in most drafts that are not this kind of draft with the dual tight ends and the tight end at 1.5 points, you will absolutely be able to get those guys where they are placed on the draft board. But that's all stuff for me to work on. So thank you again. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think of the team. But like I said, I am psyched. This team is great, and it went really, really well. So thank you very much for watching once again. Have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Happy drafting, everybody. Go get them.